Hi there, YouTube. Musical Weather here. We're on the ground at Broken Hill and we're heading off to Hay. We're in the far west of New South Wales. The current time in Broken Hill is 5:10 because they use South Australian time over here. In front of us we see a Royal Flying Doctors Service, GAF. That's Government Aircraft Facilities, GAF N24. Aircraft was built in 1971, used by the RFDS and a few other things. An Australian manufactured aircraft, which is pretty unusual to see. Hello to Toilet Inspector, Nick, Kip, and Dan. G'day. Today's flight should take around 80 minutes or so, depending on wind and how fast we climb and all of that stuff. Greetings from lockdown. I'm in a locked down suburb of Australia, of Melbourne. Already, we've got the police floating around making sure we don't leave our suburb today. Yesterday I had a helicopter that was hovering about maybe 200 meters away from my house for about 3 hours, not moving at all. It was rather annoying. And yeah, we're not allowed to drive into another suburb. Oh, there's an Australian Post van, look at that. There's our aircraft through the bushes there. So today we're not actually refueling. We did tank a fuel out of Adelaide up to here, so we don't need to refuel. We're taking the aircraft up to Hay, and the next flight we do in the GA series will be in a different aircraft. Nice yellow bus. How are you guys all doing? There's Kaimbini from Austria. They've got essentially what looks like a RBT unit sitting at the end of Camp Road, which is the main road out of Broadmeadows. I'm sure if you went through some really weird back streets, you could probably get out, but at the moment, not really. I haven't had any patrols, but I have had the helicopter hovering for 3 hours outside my house. That was a bit annoying. Not so much annoying as having a helicopter there, but you know, the massive noise at 8 o'clock in the morning till after 10. About 10:45. So yeah, nice wake up call. Hello, helicopters are here. I'm going to stay here. Thanks, Kibitty. Yeah, interesting place, Australia. Today we'll be flying across the New South Wales outback. There's a lot of kind of Aborigine towns through this area as well, small country towns. Yeah, interesting place. Captain AB, they knock on your door and say the testing place is down here, and you do have to walk out of your house and down the road a bit to go to it. Mine was at Olsen Place, so they had there's a little shopping strip up there, so everybody was like, come into the shopping strip, line up. All the shops are shut anyway, so I was making the joke that because of the fact we all had to line up in this little shopping strip area, that we probably all gave COVID to each other. Probably did. Good one, yeah. Pretty much. Cool. Let's do our walk around. Flaps are in good shape. Ailerons. They're happy. That's all fuel. Tie down is off. Chocks are away. If only it took that short amount of time to do it. Instead of like, oh, I've got to have to crawl and lay down on the floor, undo a massive knot. In here we're looking for, yep, no chips on the thing. Just on 8 quarts, we'll get there. Tie downs away. Pito is off. That's looking good. I have to shut down an email program, otherwise that noise will be binging at us all day. Cool. Other one again. Yeah, the Trans-Tasman travel bubble is a no. Keys good to go. Alright, we'll close the door over and have a look at the flight plan. So Broken Hill redown will be at 7,500, 9,500. I didn't chuck in the MSAs, but they are 2003, 2006, 1007. So 9,500 will be fine. I've chucked in the wind. So Broken Hill is in this section here, right about where the level 5 is. And we'll be tracking down in that direction down to Hay, which is in that section there. Frequency 126.7 up here at Broken Hill, and down in Hay it's going to be 126.7. That's nice. Center isn't online. That's alright. You can see a few of the very small township names here. These aren't even towns as much as they are just essentially homesteads for farms. Glenthorpe, Darkuta, not punning, Coming, Yungola. Cool. Anyhow, we're obviously up here in the CAC section, GLC. We'll be taxiing out to the runway. I'm going to listen to the AWS now by calling it on the phone. Hello, Lachlan. Yeah, I heard. I saw a Jetstar ad saying that they were making a sale. So that's good to hear that they're flying somewhere.
Automated Weather Information Service, Broken Hill Airport. Time 0759 Zulu. Wind 250 degrees magnetic at 9 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 13. Dew point 0. QNH 1019 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service, Broken Hill Airport. Time 0759 Zulu. Wind 250 degrees magnetic at 9 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Cloud clear below 10,000 feet. Temperature 13. Dew point 0. WNH1019 hectopascals.
Cool. So 250 is going to give you runway 23 obviously. And 1019. Don't even need to have the aircraft on for that. Set. Cool. Alright, we'll start our taxi brief. So it'll be out via the taxiway. Left hand turn, and we might as well do the whole length, why not? 2,515 meters. Okay, primer. Cabin. Alright, pre-flight has been completed. Passengers briefing. We're flying over mostly land today. There's a small section of lakes, but that's a fairly shallow lake. And we'll be at 9,500 feet today, so we can glide probably over the entire length of the lake. So we don't have any, requirement to have any life jackets on board today. During the flight, we'll be strapped in with our laps across. If you do need to take the lap belt off, just remember to put back on before landing. If we do need to leave the aircraft for any reason, the procedure is to walk out the door along the wing to the back of the aircraft and meet at the sail. There's no air traffic control on today's flight, so the radio will be pretty free. That said, I do need to make some calls, so while we're below 2,000 feet, let's say 2,000 feet on the altimeter, that means it's a sterile cockpit. And I'll let you know once we're on descent. We'll probably want to be quiet then as well. Alright, let's go. Seatbelts and shoulder straps are on. Flaps are up. Radios are off. Circuit breakers are all in. Switches are off. Autopilot is off. Rotating beacon on. Fuel selector both on the desired tank. And the gear switch is down. Cool, engine start. Master switch. Green. Pushing the fuel pressure into the green. There it is. Pump is off. Prime the engine. Hello Rossi, how you doing? Prop is clear, no one's walking around. Clear prop. Thousand RPM, gonna lean that off a little. Temperature's 13 already, so it's not exactly cold or warm. I'm just going to chuck in the Is it hey? Yeah, hey. $227. Okay, I'm showing 293, 292. Runway is 25. No, it's 23. Right there, cool. And after departing, we are on a heading of, so again, the track 124. Cool. Let's head out and do some run-ups.
Echo Alpha Lima, rolling runway 23. For a westbound departure.
And a bit of dying. I'm just locked in, can't go out. At some point I'll have to go to a supermarket and buy some food supplies, but I did a big shopping yesterday, so hopefully that'll keep me inside for most of the weekend. I won't have to tackle with the police for a little while. Okay, time to do a run-up. Back to 1000 RPM. Let's check our temps and pressures. Fuel pressures good. Oil pressures great. Oil temperatures just about there. Yeah, I reckon that's good to go. Carby heat. And the props. Cool. Let's have a chat to CTF. Broken Hill traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is a Piper Comanche. We'll be taxiing out to runway 23 via backtrack and departure southeast. Traffic, Broken Hill. Yes, the hotels. Here in Victoria, we may have had a bit of a very strange and bizarre story about hotels and quarantine, and the guards that were meant to be guarding them and stopping them from going outside. Oh, Ali, how you doing? One last check. I'm showing 125. Okay, that's off. 113. You can look it up for yourself on the news. You can just chuck in Google News and say Victoria Hotel COVID Security, and you'll see a wonderful story. I might talk about once we're airborne. Yes, Lachlan has pointed it out. The naughty naked parties with the security guards. Traffic Broken Hill, Delta Oscar Echo entering runway 23 backtrack. Lights are on. First EET is 9 minutes away. I'm going to make it actually 10. So, all we need to do is add 10 to the current minute after airborne. Cool. QRC, is that like a university kind of thing? Or college? Queensland Regional College, something like that? Sounds fun. You have to move house and live in college, or? That's what I did. That's how I came to Melbourne. Cool, Shark. Hit me up. Traffic Broken Hill, Delta Oscar Echo departing runway 23, left-hand crosswind. Mixture is rich, everything's ready, fuel pump is in. We all ready to go? No regrets, let's go. Here going. Good one, Lachlan. That's alright, you can go to the Dundee in an hour and a half. Broken Hill traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is climbing out of 3,000 feet on climb 9,500, tracking southeast. .2400 RPM set. Your time's 20, call it 19 actually. Be 39. Nope. 30. 29. As I go blasting through our course outbound. Okay, the heading should be 121. Okay, running for 1,000 per minute ish, leading out some mixture there. Watch it down to about 15. those are some clouds. Wasn't expecting that. It's a little bit of level off here. See if we can stick them at 7.5. Not sure we'll make it all the way. Stay at 6.5 for the moment. Broken Hill traffic, Delta Oscar Echo, holding at 6,500 southeastbound, and so we get under some clouds near Menindee. So far it is just Victoria. Some of us Victorians went up to New South Wales apparently over the last couple of days, and there might be an outbreak that's just about to start up there. Yay. Spencer, g'day. So we're coming up to what's called Redden Creek. Not much of a landmark, but it just happened to be about the right distance away. And just off to the side here we should have Menindee Road. I've driven on that road once in a bus. That time I went with the orchestra. We came out of Broken Hill and went to Menindee, where the Menindee Bendies are. Mendee's a very kind of Aborigine kind of town. It's not an actual Aborigine town like an incorporated town, but just has a large amount of Aborigine people living in it. There used to be a lot of agriculture down there. There's a set of large lakes on the Darling River that tend to flood every time the Darling floods, and then they kind of pond out until the next flood. The Aussie, yep, Brody's in lockdown. I'm in lockdown. I'm not allowed to leave our suburb. The police are essentially doing a roadblock up on the main road. So you can't get in or out without showing your driver's license. At least that's what I'm told. I haven't been there. Still more cloud up there. So anyway, these lakes, the Menindee Lakes, became relatively famous or infamous recently because of a massive fish die-off. A lot of possible reasons for that. Probably got a lot to do with water management in the area. As you can see, it's a rather dry area, as in not much rainfall. About the only source of water here is the Darling River. So the Darling River isn't exactly the most reliable of rivers. It tends to dry up after a couple of years after a flood, and not every year, but every second or third year or so you'll get a massive flood down here that literally floods the plain, and then you'll go a couple of years without any flood. So these lakes they tend to shallow out and become very salty as they dry out, and then they boost back up to normal again during the flood. Unfortunately, for some whatever reason, there was and I'm told it's Chinese corporation that decided they'd try their luck at farming cotton out here, which is a rather water intensive industry. So they got permission to essentially siphon and drain off a bunch of water, not from the lakes themselves but from upstream, and as a result they've had a massive amount of fish die in these lakes because the lakes are getting too salty because they're too dry. Like literally hundreds of thousands of fish dying in the lakes. I'm going to lean off here for the moment because I don't know if we can get any higher, so I might as well get the fuel mixture right. There we are, lean a peak now. That's roughly at the peak. Yep, just as expected, about 14.1 should get us there. Mixture is leaned out. It's about as efficient as we can make it. So we get up to 9,005. When I came out to Menindee, we essentially played an orchestra at the school. It's a bit cramped hall. I think there were as many students in the orchestra as there were in the school. So it was kind of like, okay. We had to actually make the orchestra smaller to fit on their tiny little stage. So we cut back on the repertoire, and we did a piece of music with only 2 trumpets in it. I remember in the orchestra break we all went outside into like the playground area of the school, and you see this nice kind of green luscious grass that they've obviously been keeping on purpose, and bindies, not normal bindies, they were like massive chunky 2-inch long stabby wooden spikes in the grass. It's like, let's walk on the grass. Ow, let's not. Like to the point that we weren't walking barefoot through the grass, but it was painful because some of the bindies were penetrating right through our shoes. Up into the... yeah. It's like I'm wearing stage shoes and I'm getting stabbed by these bindies through the shoes. So after that happened, my friends nicknamed the place Menindee Bindi. Alright, so the next position is Corland Lake. Should be just to our south. To our north, sorry. That's the lake there. We're saying what, 35? 43. Okay, that makes... Wait a second, no, 38. I think if we're going quicker, might need to readjust our speeds or something. Oh, 180 knots. I'm playing at 160. It's got to be the wind. True airspeed 160. 187, there we go. Now I think we're just a little earlier, a little bit quicker in the climb, and we didn't go all the way to 9,000 feet, so that could be it. Hi there, Toilet. I do not have any brothers and sisters. Mum's alright. Not working. On the pension now. She's retired. She was expecting to be working until another 5 years or so, but early retirement. There you go. Hello, Kip. How you doing? So the Menindee township itself should be up in there somewhere. Probably this area. Very blue from Menindee. The one thing I remember from the lakes in Menindee from the one time I was there was they were very brown. Everything down here is brown. Apart from the trees. The trees have that kind of very dark green colour. The grass is brown. The bindies are brown. The lakes are brown. The river is brown. Speaking of the river, that is the lake position. We're at time 36, we're 2 minutes early. So it should be about 41, maybe even 40. Yeah, it is a bit annoying. Can't go up to New South Wales. They'll probably arrest us if we try. I already have arrested 3 or 4 people. Whether they go into quarantine or jail, or just get fined and sent back, who knows. That there is a dried up billabong. And this is the Darling River. Darling River is the longest river in Australia. Starts up in the Queensland and comes through New South Wales. That's alright, my mum doesn't live in Melbourne. She's a city girl. Yep, the Darling River. When you see it, you hear about it, it's like the longest river in Australia, it's like famous and stuff. And then when you actually see the river itself, it's like, okay, so it's about 8 feet across, and about 2 feet deep. Of course, sometimes it does flood enough so that this whole area becomes essentially flooded. But that's not often. Yeah, it's the Murray-Darling River. So the Darling River at this part, and then way down south in Wentworth is where the Darling and the Murray meet each other in a confluence. There's a very distinctive colour that the Murray is green and the Darling is a brown. And they kind of, you can actually watch the swirling of the two rivers kind of circle into each other at Wentworth. From that point it becomes the Murray-Darling, which then heads through South Australia and out into the sea. That is the thing that I remember most from Wentworth. That and the fact that we got sick from drinking the water. The entire orchestra, all down with the stomach bug. I'm pretty sure it was the water that did it to us. Like the town water. You turn on the tap and it's literally brown. It's like, okay. And unfortunately when we went to Wentworth it was a rather warm, humid day, so everyone was like really thirsty. It's like, do you risk drinking the water from the tap in the hotel, or do we go downstairs to the restaurant and buy bottled water for $1 million a pop? Time 43, Darling. We are actually going quicker. I know. I placed the waypoint right on the Darling River itself. That gave me a lead time. Cool. Next one is just before a road that goes past Muraloo Creek, or the river, or the lake, dry lake, on the Ivanhoe Road. So we'll fix our time point then, see if it's still 2 minutes early or if it's run quite a fair bit early. No, that was 4-0. Cool. Why on this time here? Cool. 56 will be fine. Aircraft speeding up. Let's see if we can eke that last. Nah, I'm not comfortable going up 500. I reckon we're 500 below. Might be 1,000. Give it a try. Once we're underneath the cloud, we'll just tentatively move up. See if we can get another 500 feet. We'll stick at 7.5. What's the temperature out there doing? 2 degrees. Copy. So yeah, the Darling River starts off in way north Queensland, on this side of the Great Dividing Range obviously. Winds its way down through Queensland into New South Wales, through New South Wales, which we've seen here at Menindee. And then from there on it hits the tri-point border between Victoria, New South Wales and South Australia, which all share a border. Here we go, map of the Darling and the Murray catchments. So yeah, Darling River from all the way up here down into New South Wales. Technically the Darling River starts there, but there's a bunch of other tributaries that feed into it. Down to Wentworth right there and then off into Adelaide. Cool, that's under the cloud. Let's tentatively try going up. We obviously won't get to our filed altitude of 9,500 today, but at least we can stick on the plus 500 rule. As nice as 7,000 feet was. A little bumpy right up here. 400 feet and we're bouncing around. Cool. Let's check our heading. 125. It says 122. All right. Yeah, I'll do something around the house. Not sure yet. 4 weeks of lockdown. It's gonna be insane. Might paint something like my windowsills. Yeah, look at that, Mr. Cloudy Clouds over here. How are you doing? Here's our lakes coming up. It's Lake Melu. Mulurulu. That's the name of the lake. Mulurulu. How Aborigine is that? The bigger lake there is the Ganpung Lake. Mostly dry lake bed. This area is part of the National Park Mungo. Let's go back down. Sure, it's high cloud clearly. Power back off. Hey Lachlan, I think I'll do Hotel Tango Mike for the next one. And JKN once we get a bit closer into Melbourne. Might cross to Tasmania in JKN. And then there's Jabiru. Okay, I've got a couple of options here. We can stay at 7,000, which is it's okay, I suppose. The other option is to go down to 5,500, which is correct for the direction of travel and still outside of cloud. Minimum descent altitude is below 3,000 feet, so it's fine. time is that crossing? Time 56. Cool, at 56 we should be just on this shore of the lakes. Lachlan's suggesting 5.5. We can do that, but we need to enrich in our mixture again. It's not faster, it's definitely slower down at 5.5, but that's a price we pay for hemispherical rule. Look at that, cloud's actually coming down. Yeah, probably a good call. Let's do it. Where will this cloud come from? It's Cavo K at Broken Hill and it's Cavo K at Hay. Here we are descending out of 6,000 in cloud. Now it's 5.5. Spherical. World is flat. There's the border. Murray River coming up towards South Oz. Victoria on the south, New South Wales on the north. Okay, I need to relean. There it is. So 2 lean is 13 degrees, so we'll go to 14 and just check this EGT. Hopefully that comes back by a couple of degrees as we do that. Yeah, it does. Very nice. Time 56. 56. Can I see the road? Where's your road going along? There it is. Road spotted. Cool. We're between the road and the lakes. Time 56 is confirmed. Next is time 10. Look at that road going straight through the lake. What a great way to put a road. Imagine being the guy that built that road, and then a few years later you find out that's actually a lake that occasionally fills up with water. And you could have just gone around the lake. Just imagine making that road. That's Ivanhoe Road, goes to Ivanhoe. Another very complicated system of dry lakes that I'm sure they fill up every once in a while. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Salty. Welcome to the Salt Lake. Would you like to drive your metal car over this? That'd be great. No, those lakes aren't actually got water in them at the moment. You eventually end up with this like salty crust on the bottom because it dries up and it essentially evaporates out of the lake. So the only way water gets out of those lakes is via evaporation. And every once in a while we get a big flood that pushes water down into the whole system. It'll kind of pool at the bottom here and then slowly evaporate away over a couple of months. So yeah, lake, for want of a better term. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of Australia's desert or salt lake. Every once in a while you'll find a nice bit of forest, but yeah. So at Ivanhoe, which is where that road goes, through that lake, and it really does go through the lake in the real world as well. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that road goes between Menindee and Ivanhoe, which we've obviously flown over Menindee, and that's Ivanhoe up there. Ivanhoe's at the top of the lake system, so way up into the horizon there. Anyhow, there's a train station at Ivanhoe. It's the Indian Pacific goes through but doesn't stop. Record high temperature in Ivanhoe is 48 degrees Celsius. Record low is -5. I'm landing on the boring asphalt. Sorry. I like keeping my wheels clean. Besides, we have to hand this aircraft back to its owners here in Hay. So, looking at Hay Airport, so let's grab the weather while we have a chance. Let's call the correct phone number.
Weather Information Service, Gunnedah Airport, time 09:03 Zulu, wind, calm, temperature 11, dew point 8, QNH 1019 hectopascals, rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service, Gunnedah Airport, time 09:03 Zulu, wind, calm, temperature 11, dew point 8.
That's giving me Gunnedah. What? 6425. Yeah. Correct phone number. That's saying Gunnedah instead of Hay. Is Gunnedah near Hay? No, not really. Not at all. Do we have to report faults to BOM? Your AWS phone number for Hay is going to Gunnedah, which is north of Dubbo, near Tamworth. Just double checking the phone number again. 353 64. Ah, one digit off. Interesting. Glad that rang at ATIS.
Weather Information Service, Hay Airport.
Hay, there
time 09:05 Zulu. Wind 350 degrees magnetic at 2 knots. Temperature 9 dew point 6. QNH 1019 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
That's a bit better. Not Gunnedah. Clean it up with Hay. Drop one digit and you end up ringing a different AWS. That's funny. Cool, so the wind is 350, so it's actually north. We'll be landing on runway 04. Probably vacating directly into the taxiway there. QNH is 1019, which is the same as it is everywhere in New South Wales apparently. Time 37. Oh, we're nearly at Balranald. Assuming that's Balranald Road rather than the actual town. Yep, Balranald Road. Cool. So Balranald is way to the south of us. In fact, Balranald is on the Menindee River. Tim wants to get to Tassie. Good stuff. Yeah, Tassie is very different to the rest of mainland Australia, apart from maybe some sections of the alpine area around Cooma. Except at sea level instead of way up high. A lot wetter down there as well. So yeah, Tassie will be a nice little diversion around the island. Okay, GPS is saying it'll be time 37 when we get there. I have lost a little bit of speed here. Got a 17 knot tailwind. We were going to have a 40 knot tailwind, but that's at 9,005, so we can't get up there. Cool. That's the maths as I work it out. Good stuff, yeah. We're in Melbourne, let's go to Avalon and stuff, and then let's go to King Island. Smithton. The very southern point of Tasmania, on the west coast. You know, it'd be mind-blowingly funny, and I'm really tempted to do it, but also really tempted not to, is to take a week off from work while we're in lockdown and just stay at home and do something inside my house, or even outside the house. Do some old DIY around.
448, go ahead. Victory arrival 34 left, maintain flight level 370, 448.
Okay, checking, I've got 125. Yeah, it's pretty close. Maybe 1 degree off. There's another bit of cloud down here, look at that. 5,500 feet. All these little lakes everywhere. Ugh. It's possible to get down to 3003, but so Box Creek coming up. There's a road that crosses just south, just to the east of Box Creek as well. I think that might be Box. Somewhere around here. That's it. Spotted the road that goes in between the lakes and Box Creek right there. Can't see the creek, but I can see the lakes. Time 19, so should be crossing the road in about 60 seconds. Don't know about that, we'll see. We're in what I'd call the vicinity. Already crossed the road, okay. Still early, by a minute. 25 to the Lachlan River. There's a river named after you, Lachlan. The Lachlan River is an intermittent river, which is to say one that dries up on occasion. It's part of the Murrumbidgee catchment, which is also a part of the Murray-Darling catchment. Significant lakes along the Lachlan River include Lake Carroll and Lake Cargelligo. Lake Cargelligo is actually an Aboriginal township, one of the few in New South Wales proper. Lake Cargelligo ran dry in 2010, which is the first time that century. Estimate the hay is holding out steady. Alright, so the Lachlan River actually stops flowing every once in a while. On average it floods once every 7 years. Time was at 25, wasn't it? I think we are seeing it in its dry stage. I reckon that is our river. The township of Hay is as far west as the NBN proper goes. If you're further west of that, then you're probably going to be either inside the exchange for Broken Hill, which is part of Adelaide, or you're going to be in the area that gets satellite internet via the Sky Muster satellite. We send out a technician to hay every once in about twice a week. It's on the end of the line. And you can see it's the end of the line. Even on the aviation map. Here's hay here. There's no airways further to the west of hay. This is the end of New South Wales civilization. After that it's just farms, dry rivers, dry lakes. All the way till you get to Victoria, Mildura, or essentially South Australia at Broken Hill. South Australia in all but name. That's right, you'd see the Lachlan River passing Cowra. In fact, they've got a dam on the Lachlan River at Cowra. They try to keep some of that water in the lake, even though the river's not running. Time 25 currently. So according to my calculations, we should be directly over the river right now. And there it is. A kind of brown smudge. Coorong Road, right there. C-O-R-R-O-N-G, Coorong. Road to Coorong. Next waypoint I've chucked in is Thurngall Road, which is basically a road that comes down from the north and almost touches our flight path before heading almost directly east. Big corner right where we meet it. 32 miles out, time 3:07, so 10 minutes. I'm going to switch over and have a chat to Multicom. Yankee Hay. I do like that GPS system, it's very useful. Traffic, Hay. Delta Oscar Echo is a Piper Comanche. We're at 5,500 feet, 30 miles to the west of Hay. Estimating circuit time 37, we'll be joining 4 runway 04, traffic Hay. And our circuit entry will be straight over the field and into the left-hand circuit. Altitude of the field is 300 feet, so circuit height will be 1,300. We'll be passing over the field at 1,700. 800, sorry. QNH reported 1019. It seems pretty steady across the entire western state today. Broken Hill all the way up to past Griffith. $15 or $16 miles will be our top percent, so we pass over the field at 1800. Alright, passengers, things are going to get serious in just a few minutes. We'll start our descent into Hay. Do ask that you keep your conversations to a minute. Passing over the Lachlan Valley National Park right now. Lots of farming in Hay. I can see all the farm patchwork of fields. Interesting. There's a long history about World War II immigrants coming into Hay, being rounded up from England, mostly Jewish people, fearing the invasion of Britain, came to Hay. And a bunch of Japanese prisoners of war were interned in Hay as well. Apparently we have a town of 2,400 people. Ah, lots of sheep down here in Hay, apparently. Wool growing and lamb meat. Alright, time to head down. Power back. Ground speed 182, so it's still got a lot of tailwind on there, about 20 knots. That river we can see up ahead is the Menindee River. That's a proper river that doesn't dry out. Hey traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is a pipe Comanche at 4,000 feet on descent to cross the runway 04 at 1,800. Estimating circuit time 37. Traffic, hey. Traffic, hey. Hey traffic, how you doing? Spencer is correct. Having the entire panel over on this side of the aircraft basically is a power move to tell you that the captain is the captain and the person over there is a passenger. But yeah, I find it odd being on that side as well. It'd be nice to be back in a normal plane next week when we have communication panel in the middle. Hey Tim Burnett, I'm not sure if a 707 is bigger than a 737, but 707s used to fly to Essendon quite often back in the 60s. There's a wonderful photo somewhere floating around on the internet of the tram going to Airport West and a 727 flying over the top into, I'm assuming, runway 17. Aussie Gaming? Incorrect. The Air India did not land at Essendon. It did make a final approach to Essendon, but Melbourne Tower told them to go around. A little runway, look at that. Traffic A, Delta Oscar Echo, overhead the field. We'll be passing overhead from the dead side and then joining a midfield downwind runway 04. Traffic A. Mixture coming up. Just checking. Cool. There's the township. We're in the dead side now. We can descend to our correct altitude and we'll join the circuit. Prop RPM fully forward. $120 knots. Carrot circuit height now. Traffic A, Delta Oscar Echo is joining circuit downwind, runway 04. I'll bring your speed back into the white. And the gear coming down. Green light. brakes are released, other carriage is down, mixture full rich, prop is full forward, pumps are on. Fuel set, seats and harnesses are secure. Need to widen out a little. Traffic A, Delta Oscar Echo, turning base, runway 04. Overshot quite a bit. See if we can rescue it. We might not be able to. Let's do the go around. Traffic A, Delta Oscar Echo, going around 1004. $1,300. Out to the road and we'll make a bit of a squarer looking base there. Menindee River straight ahead. That river goes all the way through to Wagga Wagga and Gundagai. Hey, traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is turning down wind at runway 04. It's a bit better, more room. Gear down. Okay, brakes are released, other carriage is down. Mixture fully rich, prop is fully forward, pump is on. Fuel set both. Instrument is set and seatbelts are secure. Hey traffic, Delta Oscar Echo is turning base, runway 04. That's a little more manageable. There's all the flaps, looking at 80 knots. Hey traffic, Delta Oscar Echo, final runway 04. Hey traffic, Papa Comanche, Delta Oscar Echo, vacated at runway 04. Thousand RPM, brakes are set. Cool. Let's jump out. Belts off. Cool. Alright. We are pretty well done. Let's empty the aircraft out. Pop in a wheel chock. Pop in a pitot probe. Pop down a tie down. And there we go. Yeah, apparently there's a kayak event sometime. I'll have to put some scenery on for kayak now. Anyhow, this is a little township of Hay. Hope you enjoyed the flight. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Sometime during the weekend mostly. Friday night ops apparently is that Washington DC. So we're heading off to Washington National probably. This kayak event that everyone's talking about. And next time we're on the tour, we're heading down to Deniliquin in the Piper Cherokee. Hotel Tango Mike. I think we'll pop over to the building over here and sign into the airfield. Find our way into town. Oh, look at that. Nice little gate. Good stuff. Yeah, good old Finley. It's the name of a town that I hadn't ever heard for about, a good dozen years. Cool. Well, that's hay for you. And I'll bid you a good day. Hey. Ciao for now. Thanks for watching.